Welcome to Learning the Saxophone with Peter Fodo, the School of Sax. And here's another video on the G sharp. I wouldn't say it's another video. I'm just used to making wonderful videos for my members. I mean, the members of my YouTube channel, the followers, the subscribers. So I made the mistake of saying another video. So here's my first video on learning the saxophone. If you're interested in other topics like dance, like physics, and if you just want to see interesting random videos on song covers, you can check out my channel. But today we are focused on learning the saxophone, the G sharp. Let's go straight to the point. So in the G sharp, I'll go straight to the point. Sharp for G scale. I would express them. I will draw today. I will draw. I will numerize. I will say something, numerize, and then we will exhibit with songs. Now, this exhibition is just with sample songs. We'll try to look at some songs. Now, this video is explicitly teaching. It's explicitly the first video on teaching. And so my point here is that I would make another video where I would express to you what I have taught here physically. I will express that physically. So look out for the video, Learning the Saxophone, the G sharp expressed. So this is just the G sharp taught to you. And this is a very good procedure for learning, where you get to be taught, then a place for expression. So let's quickly go straight to the point. For the G sharp, in music generally we have the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now in the G sharp, this guy do is represented by covering the first three O's of what I will call the six visible. The six very obvious keys on the sax. When you cover the first three O's, you produce a do. There are other keys by the side, and you see them show up as we go on the teaching. Teaching comes from like the very basic and starts building. So, but let's focus on the first six very, very standard keys. I mean, obvious keys that are painted in white for some saxophones, and maybe some other color for others. But popularly white, six white keys. So when I say hold, covering the O's, I more like mean like holding down the first three keys produces the do. Then for the re, you're gonna have lifting your hand up by just one, and so you restrict the holding to two. Then for me, you are gonna have just one. For fa, you're gonna have something of this sort. So for sol, you're gonna have something of this sort. So, but sol has two versions. That's the upper sol, and there is a version of the sol that you can just produce by covering all six. For la, you have this five, cover five of them. Then for T, I'll call it middle four. When I teach people physically, because I happen to be very experienced in teaching, I've taught people physically, I tell them, call it middle four. Instead of calling it just normal four, say middle four. So that you know you are putting your fourth finger in between the fifth and sixth. Then for do, again, we'll come back to this. So just know that another thing in the saxophone, learning the sax, is that there is a register key. There's a register key behind the sax, just above where you place your thumb. So you use that to vary your pitch. Let's say it's lightness or pitch. Let me just permit me to call it pitch now. Use that to vary your pitch. So when you are doing something like do re, this keeps increasing. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. So this do is quite different from this do. My point here is when you get to somewhere around this saw, once you know that you are not using this particular upper saw, if you know you are not using that and you want to use this lower saw, you have to press this lower saw with the register key. Then you keep pressing the register key as you go on. That is, you are still pressing the register key for this guy. You are still pressing the register key for this guy. You are still pressing the register key for this guy. That would definitely make sure that this do is not the same thing as this first do. This do is not the same thing as this first do. Because in the case of this first do, you are not pressing the register key. So that just quickly highlights the chart. You see, there is something to be taught here. So now after the teaching, I'll quickly now numerize. If I say I numerize, I'm trying to say now do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. In the case of the G, is going to be to me 3, 2, 1. I'll call this half, and then I'll call this 6, 5, 4, 3. Wonderful. Don't you find that interesting? Another thing I would quickly like to point out is what I'm calling half. Should I give it another name and maybe call it, for now, let me just call it half. Let me call it half, okay? So, but one thing that I was reminded of is that a version for C, I'm sorry, I'm calling it C, forgive me. You'll get to discover why I'm calling it C when we go further into the sax school. The version for this fa, that is the lower, like you have for saw. The lower version is you can call that a 7. That is when you cover all 6, and then now cover. There are still some keys that are below here. You have one up, one down. If you now cover this one down, that's the lower version for this C. So let's not disturb ourselves with that now, but just keep that in your knowledge bank. So if I call this my numerization, so that maybe as I'm playing the sax now, maybe we'll meet somewhere in the future. And I look at you and I say, oh, we are on G. We're on G. We are playing G. And I point my hand and say 3. You know that's a do. I say 2. Now, you don't need to make things complex for yourself. If you already master the chart, I mean, just by looking at it, good for you. But if you feel like numbers can help, follow this pattern. So let's take, for instance, let's start taking examples. Numerize this song, Mary Has a Little Lamp. Whatever they call the song, that's what I normally call it. The song that goes like, mi, re, do, re, mi, re, re, me, sa, me, re, do, re, me, do, re, me, re, do. Now, let me numerize this. I'll just say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. So now I can say 6, 6. But I know I have an upper version. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. So just practice this. It will help you to also master in your mind. You master the motion, the movement. You can easily, before you now express it, it keeps the practice going. So learning is really step by step. Is one there. Maybe in the future you're gonna find that book I'm gonna write. I will call that book One a Day. One a Day. Best selling. It's going to best selling. Nobody should steal that idea. Don't worry. One a day. And in that book, you're going to find the fact that just taking these little steps to, the small steps to, learn. You learn on paper, then you express. And you do like one. You can take one of my lectures a day. Just look at one thing a day and express it a day. One a day is going to help you a lot. So let's go to another song and say, okay, let's say this Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace. So, do, mi, re, do, laza. So, do, mi, re, so, me, sa, me, do, so, la, do, la, sa. So, do, me, re, do. So, you discover that this song is almost so built, rallies around so, do, mi, and then there are a couple of laws in there. So, but in the first song, we didn't see any la, literally. We didn't see any fa. So, but don't worry. We'll take examples where we see almost every note. So, for so, do, mi, try to do it yourself. And then we can even do it together. 6, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, la, 5, 6, 6, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 1, 3, 6, 5, 3, 3, 5, 6, 6, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good job, good job. Let's go to the next song without wasting much time. You know, Peter doesn't waste your time. Let's use this song here. Am I to worship? Am I to worship? And in that song, we say, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, do, re. Let me put the semicolon here. Fa, mi, re, mi, sa, do. Let me just stop there. So in this song, I just brought this song on board to express the fa note because we've not seen it a lot. So I'm going to say F, right? Because I didn't think we've talked about any fa in the other songs thus far. I'm going to say F, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, F, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, F, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 6, 3. Next song, which will be our final song for this video. I can leave you to, try to rewatch the video, repractice, master the rules, and then in my next video, I'm going to have the G sharp expressed with a physical sax. And before we go, let's take another song where we can see the note T. I mean, T do, you get what I mean? So this one will emphasize T, A beat. At least we'll see it appear. So it goes like sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, Ti, do, mi, ti. So solar we know that 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, T middle 4, or we just say 4. 4, 3, 4, 3, 1, 3. These are very good Gaza sections and they help you. Gracias for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Check out anything useful on my channel, A Life Painted in Creativity. I love you. It's Peter Fodo. I'll see you in my next sax video.